In this video, I'm going to show you step by step how to turn a complete stranger that you just happen to run into while you're out into an actual friend and exactly what is involved. So, step one is you see somebody, depending on where you are, the way that you approach somebody and talk to somebody will be a little bit different. The best way, really, is to think about it the least. You just say whatever kind of pops up in your mind first. But knowing that you guys are all over analyzing everything, which is why you're watching YouTube videos about this. And I'm the same way, by the way. So, like, not no judgment on you. But the best thing to do is just make some like offhand comment that is just observational, and you're not like you don't come off like you're trying to make this person your best friend. In fact, don't even put that in your head to start out with. It's like you're just trying to start a lighthearted conversation. That's the only thing that you're trying to do at the beginning. And so what you do is you say, "Hey, that's a cool shirt," for example, or you say, "Hey, I like that. I like your shoes," or "Hey, isn't this weather is crazy, isn't it? Like, 2 minutes ago it was sunny and now it's raining." You just something observational about the setting. Now, if you're in a like more exclusive environment, let's say like you're both attending an event, you're both attending somebody's party, or you're both attending a networking event or something, then you don't even have to do that. You could just go up to the person and say, "Hey, my name is Chris." And that's it. And then start with, and then after that, just like, how do you know, or like, who invited you to the, well, that sounds a little weird, but like, how do you know John if John's the one throwing the party? How do you meet John? Or how do you find out about this event? Like, what got you interested in this event? Right. And then there you go. You're off to the races. And then whatever they say from there is, so that's the opener. Okay. So, like, just observational, something about them or about their environment that you can offhand tell them. Now, you generally make this like non-committal. One of the ways you can do that is you don't face them fully. You just have like it's like your feet are pointed not towards them, and then you turn your body a little bit towards them. So it's like, I'm not intending to have a long conversation. That's the idea. So that they don't feel like they're under any kind of pressure. And then whatever they say, so that's the opener. And then whatever they say after the opener, then you just try to kind of build on that. And your goal at this point is just to find some sort of commonalities. So you say, so for example, they say, "Oh, I know John from college." And you could say, "Okay, oh, where did you, so you went to USF, just if you know where John went." Or, "Oh, I don't even know where John went to college. Where is that?" And then you start talking about college, and you say, "Oh, is it University of Connecticut?" And you say, "Oh, okay, I've never been to Connecticut, but my best friend is from there, and I've heard a lot of interesting things. I heard like that you got a lot of like mafia activity there." And then you're off to the races, right? And then he'll talk about what he knows about mafia activity, or maybe he'll say, "Oh no, I've never heard of any mafia activity. I'm just making stuff up." And it doesn't really matter. Like, you keep it lighthearted. This is not important. What you talk about is not important. You're just getting into the momentum of a conversation. Then what you want to do is, in that momentum of the conversation, you want to dream up ideas of things that you and this person could do together in the future. Now, you don't want to ask them to commit to anything. What you say is, "Hey, wouldn't it be cool if," like, for example, maybe you find out that they like to play tennis. And you could say, "Oh yeah, I used to play tennis. I'm pretty rusty, but man, it would be awesome to play again. Do you'd like, what if we go and hit a ball around sometime?" For example. And notice that you're not putting a date on this. You're not saying, "Oh, let's meet at 7 p.m. on Thursday to go play tennis." You're not doing that. You said, like, just what if we go and do this sometime? And you can do this. It's just like a throwaway thing that it's really easy for them to say yes, and they're not committing to anything specific. They can say, "Oh, yeah, that'd be cool." That's it, right? They're not committing to meet you at any, they're not committing to meet you at all. They're just saying, "Oh, that sounds cool." That's all you're looking for. And then you could do this as many times as you want in the same conversation. And then they talk about how they they like they also have a Corvette. And you could say, "Oh, you know what? I go to once a month, I go to the Corvette Owners Club at ABC location. You should come by sometime." Right? What you're doing is you're seeding possible times in the future when you could meet this person again, but you're making them non-specific. You're well specific in this is what we could do together, but non-specific in that there's no set timeline for this. It's just something that we could do sometime. And then do this as much as you want, find as much commonalities as you want, keep the conversation going as long as it feels natural. Like the longer the conversation goes, the more rapport you build with the person, the more you get to know the person. And then eventually when it's time to go, you could say, ideally you want to be, it doesn't matter a whole lot, but you should probably be the one that disengages first. And you say, well, I realize I've been talking to you for so long, I'm totally ignoring John, who actually invited me to this party. So why don't you give me your phone number and I'll text you sometime next time I'm going to that Corvette club, for example. Right? So you use the things that you already talked about that you could do in the future, that wouldn't it be cool if things, and you use that as a reason to get their phone number. And so at this point, the person's almost definitely going to give you their phone number. It's not going to be weird at all. It's going to be totally natural that you're asking for their phone number because you've given them a good reason. Because if you're going to go meet at the Corvette Club or you're going to go play tennis together or whatever, then that's like they already have a reason you would need to communicate with this person. So it makes complete sense that you're asking them for their phone number. And then you disengage. And then, of course, the next step is to actually text them or call them if you prefer. I'd recommend text because it's usually lower commitment, and text them about the thing that you said you were going to text them about. You just say, hey, I got Thursday night free if you'd like to go play tennis. Or the Corvette Club is meeting next Friday at 8 p.m. at ABC location. Right. And then so you get them to go to so now you're going to a specific meetup that you want to get them to go to. Now, if this is a high value person, chances are they're busy. They may say no to the first 5 meetups that you propose. That's okay. That's totally normal. That's not a problem. You just keep going until there's one that is worthwhile for them to make it to. And then you meet there. And now you've met this person twice, you've arranged a re-meetup, and you just continue conversing with this person, continue to get to know this person, and just continue the same thing. Do a 3rd meetup, do a 4th meetup, and very quickly you're going to find that this person just naturally, organically has become a friend. Now, this is if you are at an event in the first place. But if you would like to just shortcut this whole process and have a system that does this for you, that actually finds people on the internet, bring the right people, that is, curated people that are the sort of people that you want to hang out with, brings them into a single environment once every 2 weeks or once every month, and naturally builds friendships and have it all just done for you, concierge. That's exactly what I do. I'll put a link in the description where you can apply and book a call with me if you would like me to do this all for you. And if you appreciated this video, I'd appreciate you leaving me a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, check out this video next. I think it's going to be super impactful for you, and I'll see you in the next one.